Hello everyone, my name is Shashank Shekhar. I am Master Teacher of Mathematics at Vedantu. We are presenting solutions for JEE Advanced previous year's papers. Here I am going to present a question of limit which was asked in JEE Advanced 2020 Paper-1. Let's have a look. It says let small e denotes the base of the natural logarithm, the value of the real number a for which the right hand limit 1 minus x whole raised power 1 by x minus e raised power minus 1 upon x raised power a x tends to 0 plus is equal to a non-zero real number is. Okay. So what we do whenever we get a question of limit, we first check the form of the limit, whether it is going to be indeterminate form or not. See, when x tends to 0 plus 1 minus x whole raised power 1 by x is very standard format limit, as there is a minus sign inside the bracket before x. So it will tend to e raised power minus 1. So finally numerator tends to 0. Now it depends upon denominator which form it is going to take. And denominator, the limit of denominator will depend upon the value of a. If a is taken to be negative, denominator tends to infinity. And in that case, finally, overall limit would be 0. If a is even 0, then also the entire value, the value of limit you will get as 0. Right? 0 upon 1 in that case. In order to ensure this limit to be non-zero real number, a has to be positive, that is to be sure. So here we can say that a has to be positive. Right. Okay. Taking the question, the limit, I am presenting the solution. Just see. So whenever I see something whose power is not e, whose power is variable but base is not e, we should convert the base into e. The formula for that is a raised power b. You can use a raised power b as e raised to the power b ln a. So I can write e raised power 1 by x ln 1 minus x over here minus e raised power minus 1 upon x raised power. Further I can write limit x tends to 0 plus, I can take e raised power minus 1 common. If I take, then I'll get e raised power ln 1 minus x by x minus, okay, here it should be okay, yeah, minus plus 1 because I have taken e raised power minus 1 common. So here this minus 1 divided by, now in order to make standard format, I should write 1 minus ln 1 minus x by x over here plus 1, because if you think that it is some t, then obviously when x tends to 0, ln 1 minus x by x tends to minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, t tends to 0 when x tends to 0 plus. So we are getting some format like it is t. So e raised power t minus 1 upon t, t tends to 0, and that is what? 1. Further, completing the question, we are left with ln 1. Actually, I have multiply and divide basically with ln 1 minus x by x plus 1 in order to make question easy, in order to make standard format. Further, I can write e raised power minus 1 into 1 into, we are left with limit x tends to 0 plus ln 1 minus x. So the entire middle bracket become 1 and it is a non-zero number, so it won't create any problem. So ln 1 minus x, taking LCM, plus x upon x raised power a plus 1. Now here I can use expansion for ln 1 minus x or LH rule. So I would prefer to use LH rule here. We can do however this by expansion also. So if I use LH rule over here, I'll get 1 upon, minus 1 upon 1 minus x plus 1, derivative of numerator and then derivative of denominator according to LH rule, L'Hopital rule. Okay, I'm using that. Now changing the page, then we'll get in the numerator, you can observe, we'll get minus x. Okay, so minus x upon, right. So I'm taking this in the next page. The limit x tends to 0 plus 1 by e was there. Then minus 1 upon x minus 1 was there. A plus 1 was there. And along with that, x raised power x upon x raised to the power a was there, isn't it? So finally we can write it as 1 by e limit x tends to 0 plus, then minus 1 we can take common, and then when x tends to 0, x minus 1 tends to minus 1, so minus 1 here also, and then a plus 1, then x tends to 1 minus a. So we are finally left with 1 by e a plus 1 limit x tends to 0 plus x raised power 1 minus a. Now think about it. X tends to 0 plus. If 1 minus a is negative, it is going to be infinity, not finite. Limit does not exist. But limit, already question says that limit exists and is equal to non-zero real number. So in order to get for limit to be non-zero real number, it is non-zero real number, we must, say we must be having a as number such that 1 minus a is 0, x raised power 0. Because if 1 minus a is negative, it is like becoming infinity, limit becoming infinity, and if 1 minus a is positive, it is becoming 0. So in order to get non-zero real number as limit, 1 minus a has to be 0. So we get value of a as finally 1. So it is very easily solved in this manner and is delivered. I hope you understood the solution. You can go through the typed one also. And here in the intermediate step, we have used expansion. This can be done using expansion of ln 1 minus x also. You can refer this solution also. It's almost similar. Remaining format is quite similar. Yeah. So I hope you understood it. Thank you so much. Right.